He was a very simple, uneducated man, but he lived in such a way that people really worshipped him. He will go and ask his wife, "What's cooking today?" His wife Sharada used to feel ashamed. What is the problem? One thing is, people who have understood or who have mastery over the physical system, only they can hold on to the system. Generally, it is only people who are on the path of Kriya Yoga who can hold on to the body because they understand the mechanics of the body, they know all the tricks of the body, so they hold on to the body. Other people who work to this level of intensity either through awareness or through devotion or through any other means, if they attain to that, either through action, devotion or awareness, if they attain to that, they cannot hold on to the body, they have to leave the body.
So when the realization happens, 99% of the time, enlightenment and leaving the body happens at the same time. Unless you understand the mechanics of the body, you can't hold on to the body. People who are on the path of devotion, usually you will see, most of them will die young. It's not death. The moment they realized, they kept it aside and walked away. You will see, right through history, any number of yogis and realized beings always live in the range of between 28 to 36 years, that's where they live.
So most enlightened beings, 99% will leave the body at the moment of enlightenment, you will never see them again. Otherwise, you will have to play many tricks to hold on to the body. You heard of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? You heard of Ramakrishna? Okay, you heard of Vivekananda? Vivekananda was the first yogi who came to United States in 1893 and caused waves in this country at that time. He came to Chicago and spoke in the Parliament of Religions. He was the first yogi who really created some amount of awareness in this part of the world. His guru was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna is a very crystallized consciousness, but for him to retain the body was always a struggle. People, in his own lifetime, people saw him godlike. People really saw him as God, they worshipped him. He was a very simple, uneducated man, but he lived in such a way that people really worshipped him. But he was mad about food. He will be talking to his disciples, spiritual discourse, he'll say, "Just wait, 1 minute." He will go and ask his wife, "What's cooking today?" His wife Sharada used to feel ashamed. What is the problem? Even I'm not thinking about food, why you? You're God for us, why are you like this? He said, "It's okay, what's cooking?" One day she felt so terribly ashamed of him. She told him, "I'm ashamed of you. Why are you just stuck to food like this?" Ramakrishna said, "One day when you bring the thali means that part of the country, in India we eat in such large plates, very large metal plates, and food is preserved and brought, so it is called a thali. So he said, when you bring the thali, if I don't show any interest, if I look away, you must understand I have only 3 days left."
After 7 years, one day, he always had this habit of sitting on a swing and eating. So he would sit on the swing and eat. She brought the thali and he looked away. She burst out crying. Suddenly she realized, only 3 days left. He said, "No point crying, time has come." 3 days later, he left. So he was using his desire for food consciously to kind of stay with the body. If he doesn't desire food, he will go. So every day telling himself, food, That's not his nature, but he's creating the desire just to keep it going all the time. He sits here in the satsang and if the experience becomes big, immediately he gets up and goes and says, what's cooking, what's today, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. Just thinking about food, creating a conscious desire for food just to stay glued.
So for him, food is not the big deal for him, but he consciously created this desire continuously to hold on to his body. This was his way of somehow… Without a desire, you can't stay. If he closes his eyes, he'll be gone. So he constantly created a conscious desire for food all the time, making himself crazy about food, consciously, as a device.
He went to Ramakrishna and asked, can you prove there is God? Ramakrishna asked, do you have the courage? He hesitated for a moment and he said, yes, I want to see. And when he came out, all his questions had completely evaporated.